Hi guys, welcome back to a revision video, this time on the do's and the don'ts for English language paper 2, and I'm joined by a very special guest here, which is First Rate Tutors. Alright, so English language paper 2, what should we not do? Number 1, don't, on question 2, which is the summary question, describe what happens in the source. This is not a describe, this is a summarise, and they're going to tell you what they want you to summarise between source A and source B. Okay?
Okay, so what you should do instead for the summary question, this is language paper 2, which we forgot to add here, is make sure within this question, instead of summarizing, you want to look for, either based on the question, the similarities or differences between the two texts, right? So for example, if you're asked to talk about how are the writers, or rather how do the texts show the experiences of children with sweets, for example, right? The different experiences of children with sweets, then you mention, for instance, how both sources, whilst one source shows this, another source shows this, and make sure you are supporting this response by quoting from both sources. This is for question number 2. Now, as this question is worth 8 marks, you can get away with doing one paragraph, but just make sure you are not describing what's going on. You are talking about, is it similar, is it different, and you're cross-comparing within both, referring to both sources, okay?
Your second don't is forget. Alright, this is question 4. You are often, or we are often forgetting to use comparative language. They are asking you to compare source A and source B, so we have to do that with our word choices. So it's an absolute do not forget to compare. So don't write about the two sources in isolation of each other. What can we do?
Okay, so instead of doing that, and instead of having a really terrible paragraph structure for the writer's viewpoints and perspectives question, this is the perfect paragraph structure that you can adopt, where you're talking about the viewpoints and perspectives in source A and source B. Start off with a point by talking about both sources. Are they similar? Are they different? Depending on the question that you're given. Then you follow on with evidence in source A. Then you explain, okay, what does this evidence show me about the writer's viewpoints and perspectives in source A, before linking it to B using words like similarly, likewise, if it's similar points, or on the other hand, nonetheless, if you're talking about differences, then you move on to add evidence from source B and then the writer's perspective in source B before you finish off by linking back to the question. You're doing that in one paragraph. You're not talking about one source in one and another source in another, okay?
And the last don't for question 5, and question 5 is huge, guys, it's worth half the paper, is we are obviously stressed, it's an exam, forgetting about persuasive language devices in there. So what's happening, and sorry for this, is it's just like waffle, and there's no devices that the examiner can like reward us for. So you're going to have to be conscious here on question 5 to ensure that those persuasive devices are in there, which are things like rhetorical questions, repetition, made-up statistics, your made-up anecdotes, and so on. All of that goes into your persuasive writing, be it a letter, an article, or speech. You are trying to debate a topic, and you're trying to get the people who are reading it to come to your side, meaning persuasive devices take center stage in what you're writing about, okay? So make sure you add lots of different persuasive techniques, and of course make sure you're balancing both arguments, okay? So you present your perspective, but then also show why some people would disagree with you. This is for question number 5 of language paper 2, okay? Thanks guys, and if you found this useful, head across to First Rate Tutors, and on their channel you will find the exact same video, some do's and don'ts for English language paper 1. Thank you.
Good luck guys.